Late again, but to be fair, this time I have a genuine excuse. I really do, right?
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, all right. So I was at this show, okay?
Yeah.
Right? And I got into trouble with the sound guy, right? I've kicked a football at him, and he's just absolutely lost his head. I was so confused, mate. I thought he was just asking for a 1-2.
Who did you watch at the show?
I was at a KSI show. Yeah. Anyways, today's mystery is really, well, would you say this is our first supernatural case, Chip?
Yes, exactly that. It comes from a place in America, Chicago,
Illinois.
Her name is Teresita Basa. This happened on February 21st, 1977. She actually comes from the Philippines. She was born in 1929. She moved over to the US in the 60s to study music.
Wow.
Who would have guessed it?
And let me tell you, this is, as you guys might be able to see by the length of this video, this is a short one, but it is an absolute brain scratcher. And I'm not going to lie, Chip, it weirded me out when we first read this because it's...
Ghosts!
Well, let me not let. Look. It's not ghosts, but it's along those lines. Let's get into this. February 21st, 1977, at 9 p.m. There was a fire in her apartment. Okay, and it was the worst case imaginable. Right? They had gone in there. The fire department, the firemen got in there, and they found her nude body burning underneath a mattress with a butcher knife buried in her chest.
Why was she underneath a mattress? So that's a weird thing. She's playing hide and seek. Because that used to be a good spot. Not trying to be disrespectful here. I'm just saying, I did used to hide under the bed a lot in hide and seek.
The conclusion that the detectives came up with was that the fire was actually a cover-up for her murder and assault, right? There was evidence that she was a victim of some sort of sexual crime. They couldn't tell which one, but they actually ruled out because they looked at the autopsy and they said, look, it wasn't one of them.
Well, if it was a cover-up for, the actual crime, why is the fella gone, you know what, I'll just leave that knife buried in her chest? Yeah, they're really going to believe it's a house fire now.
Yeah. Because of the knife, that's so true, actually. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's a really crap cover-up.
Oh, guys, she's got a knife in her chest.
Must be the fire. Seriously, though.
The police were stumped, okay? So they had no, motive for the crime. They couldn't really figure that out. And there was actually no physical evidence, obviously, because everything's been burned. They've got the knife, but I'm pretty sure any prints on it, those are gone. So they actually had no traces, no leads. They didn't even know what to do.
This is a disaster.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them. And it's 1977?
Yeah.
The technology ain't all there yet. Still didn't have iPhones.
That must be, I'm not going to lie, one of the worst feelings for the victims' family and things like that is just they don't even know where to start. Where do you go from here? All the police are just looking at each other going, we have nothing.
Yep.
We quite literally have nothing. That was until more than 5 months after the murder. And now this is where the supernatural, the weird stuff starts coming into play.
Yes.
Right? And a co-worker of Teresita, who goes by the name Remy Chua, she had actually contacted the detectives to give information about her murder. She told Joe, who was her husband, that she had began having visions and dreams where Teresita had started speaking to her. Right? Okay. Now, look. Sometimes I don't know. What do you think about dreams? Do you ever feel like dreams they force? Because some people think that when you
this is living our lives in a different dimension.
Well, I had a dream literally last night that I was chilling at a bar with Drake. So if that ends up coming into fruition, that would be pretty cool.
In that universe, Drake could be a murderer.
You're right, actually. Drake could be someone completely different.
Yeah.
Might not even be called Drake.
No.
All right, so let's say you're watching some true crime, and guess what? You fancy yourself a little beverage.
Oh, a little beer, maybe?
Yeah, well, guess what? Beer 52 are here to offer you guys 10 free beers. That is correct. All you have to do is go to beer52.com/crime.
Crimes.
No. Crime. No S. Super important. No S. How sick is that, though? We actually have /crime.
I like that.
That's how important this show is. All right. Now, what they do is all you have to do is cover the £5.95 for postage, right, to claim your free case. But to be honest with you, £5.95 for postage for 10 free beers. You lot can do the math. That is an absolute bargain, right?
Deal.
So, what's more is if you do it before the 17th of December, you get 2 extra free beers. That's 12, Chip. I know you can do those
I
maths.
love that. If you take into account, the economy, financial state of the world right now, that is a fantastic deal.
That absolutely is. Now, Beer 52 is a beer club like no other. They send experts around the globe to find the best beer available anywhere, right? Each month, their members receive a new case, usually from a different part of the world. Ooh. Wow.
Exotic.
Exactly. Now, members have had beer from over more than 40 countries across 5 continents. Lots of different types of beer. Now, guys, get yourself this particular beer in time for Christmas. Because, look, this is a good Christmas present. You got a dad, you got a brother, you got maybe you got a sister or a mum that loves beer. I don't know if you do, but I certainly do. It's such an easy present to get someone. It's a no-brainer. So, guys, if this is something you guys are interested in, then go to Beer52, BEER52.com.
You're so good, man.
/crime to get yourself your hands on 10 free beers. All you have to do is pay the postage of £5.95. Don't say we don't help you guys out. Let's keep on with the case.
Down crimes.
Remy, the co-worker, said that her experiences began when she was in a locker room and she saw a man's face behind Teresita, right? Now, this is where the husband Joe comes in, okay? Because the husband Joe says that one day during a nap, Remy started speaking in like a different voice, right? Almost as if it was Teresita. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just coming out of
like almost
Remy.
like a demon kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like that. But this voice said that she was Teresita and that her killer's name was a man who goes by the name Alan Showery, right? Okay. The voice also said that Alan Showery was an orderly at a hospital, which just means someone who helps out the doctors and the nurses with like medical treatments, things like that, like a helping hand at a hospital, right?
Yeah.
The voice also during this nap urged Joe, the husband, to go to the police now and get it done. But Joe decided, I'm not gonna go to the police. Be honest though, I probably wouldn't
would be
either.
thinking that was a litlittle bit of cap.
Yeah, well, it's just like, it could just be like your wife's weird dreams, fictional thing that she's coming up with. I don't think, because, I mean, can you really go to the police and say, yeah, my wife had a dream and this is the only evidence I have? Like, that is a bit weird.
They think you're a crackhead.
Yeah, they'll literally just think you've lost the plot, mate.
Yeah.
Now, when Remy woke up
from
from this little episode where Joe, her husband, heard of everything, she couldn't remember any of it. So it's not like sometimes you wake up from your dream and you go, oh, like I just said, I remember Drake was in my dream, right? She's woken up, she has no memory of it, which is quite normal. Because there's a lot of times where I would wake up from dreams and stuff and I don't remember them. But this was one that she had no recollection of. From when she was speaking, she was literally talking shit.
Sounds like a classic possession in my eyes.
What you reckon?
Yeah, Spider book.
By the book.
Yeah, to the tip.
Chippo's possession book.
Yeah, I know it all. So it actually happened again.
So it wasn't just a one-off.
So we've got another little nap that's gone down. The voice has come back out, and the voice this time asked Joe why he had not gone to the police. So this voice knows. Okay?
Bro, do you know how terrified I would be if I was Joe, the husband, and you're just hearing your wife claim to be someone else in a nap, asking you questions?
Like I said,
nuts.
Classic possession cases. Anyway, Joe said to the demon or whatever, I don't know if did he reply or whatever, but he said he had no evidence. Makes a lot of sense. Anyway, the voice said that the murderer had took Teresita's jewelry and give it to his girlfriend. Okay, so this is
so a bit of a robbery then.
Yeah, so he'd obviously killed her. Before he set her on fire, I'm guessing he's took all the jewelry, gonna give it to the girlfriend as a present. She's probably got no idea. She's
buzzing. She's got new jewelry.
Look at me, I'm blinged out. I got a new, Tiffany. Check me out. She's probably all up in the gram, posting with a dead girl's jewelry. He does actually go to the police. This is the only thing that he had, and the detective does actually look into Showery. Okay.
By the way, fair play to this detective, because I'm not gonna lie. If a husband came to me saying he heard voices and stuff, I'm probably pushing that guy off to the side and saying, you're probably wasting our time. But because this case had nothing.
It was the only thing they had. So anyway, he actually found out that Showery did live close to Teresita, and he was planning to go to her home on the night that she was murdered to repair the TV, whatever that means, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, so he was brought in, and he confirmed that he was actually going to the house to repair the TV, and he had to go back to his own home because he had forgotten his tools.
Right, okay, so that bit seems fair enough, I guess. But we still have this interesting part about the voice when the voice mentioned the jewelry, right? Going to the killer's girlfriend, right? So what does Joe, the husband, do? He actually takes it into his own hands and he calls up Showery's girlfriend and asks, have you received any jewelry recently? And she said, yes, she had. Then what Joe decides to do is go ahead, show it to Teresita's family and be like, do you recognize this jewelry? And the family said, yes, that is hers.
Boom.
That is her jewelry.
Busted.
Bro.
The demon has caught, you know what? It wasn't even a demon. It was an angel.
It was an
angel looking out for Teresita.
Or was it actually Teresita communicating through? This is what I'm saying. This is why
it is pretty crazy.
It weirds me out.
Yeah. But it's either that or if we're thinking nothing to do with spirits or anything like that, nothing like that, then it's got to be that fact that, his girlfriend, Joe's girlfriend, her friend, Remy, must have known something about the murder, didn't want to admit it, and she was pretending to communicate it through it.
So this is what I was thinking. Let's say we don't believe in any of this supernatural stuff at all, right? And we just say, right, do you reckon that this couple here have just come up with this story, this voice story, to cover up the fact that they may have got a hold of this information in a way that
I think that
wouldn't be like maybe is a bit frowned upon, or have they ratted someone out? Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know. Like this is just
they've either done it together or she's done it alone. So, but I reckon together seems
reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, look. You guys can decide yourselves and maybe come up with your own theories about whether you actually believe that it was a voice or that's just a big cover-up from Teresita and her husband Joe. But what would they be covering up? That's what I mean. Have they done something bad to find out this information, and then they were like, right, okay, the only way we can get this across is if we just claim it was something supernatural. You know what I mean?
Well, anyway, he actually said that he left her apartment with the idea of coming back and robbing her. So the jewelry thing, does make sense because he was planning to rob her.
Yeah, so that was the initial thing, that he was going to rob her, but he ends up, he confessed to it.
Yeah, and he ended up, he left a nude, he said he left her nude to make it look like a sexual crime. So that doesn't really make sense to me. But he's burned the flat down, he's left her nude to make it look like a sexual crime, and he's also stabbed her in the chest.
He stabbed her in the chest. Again, we're going back to the thing we spoke about right at the beginning.
There's a lot of quotes and stuff that are not really adding up. And then he obviously put the mattress on top of her because, what was the mattress for?
Why is he?
I really don't get the mattress bit.
Placed it over her body, and I think what they wanted is because it might be easier to set a mattress on fire, and then it would destroy her remains and make it, instead of setting her on fire. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So they just set the mattress on fire and hope that the fire there does enough damage to the body where there's no evidence.
That makes sense, maybe, yeah.
But still, that's quite a lot to think about, considering he just planned on going there to rob her and ends up coming up with I don't call it like a genius plan, because it obviously wasn't, but I don't know. I think that's quite weird.
Yeah, well, anyway, despite the confession, he did confess, he actually pleaded not guilty to her murder. So obviously this guy, I don't know what he's
my head
for.
in this bloke.
A mistrial occurred, and he decided to plead guilty eventually. So he's obviously gone, you know what, fuck it, they've got me down here.
Yeah.
That was on February 23rd, 1979, and he got 14 years for it, which is quite short, I would say,
Yeah, mate, especially considering he was released on parole in 1983.
So 4 years he's done.
5 years. Oh, wait, sorry, was it 4 years?
Yeah, pleaded guilty on 1979.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he went in prison. Yeah, 4 years, man.
What?
Damn.
For that? I don't know.
Justice system needs some rework. Don Crimes is here to help.
Thank you, Don Crimes. Anyways, guys, look, the main thing we want to ask you guys in the comments is, What do you think about voices? Have any of you guys have any experience with something like this? Or, like you said, do you think that this just might be a cover-up for some dodgy way they've come into this information? Oh, you want me to?
No.
Anyways, guys, if you are watching this on YouTube, then make sure you go ahead and follow us on Apple Podcasts, and Spotify Podcast. We're over on there. Make sure you hit the follow button because this is, of course, available as a podcast as well.
Yes, it is. You can go ahead and listen over there. Make sure you follow us on both those platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will see you all next Monday for another mystery.
Woo! I can say it. Respiratory.
That's not how you say it.
Is it not? Respiratory? Is that right? How do you say that?
I don't know.
Respiratory.
Respiratory.
Respiratory.